Hey guys, what's up? It's Emerson, and I'm hoping you guys like the new angle. I'm using a tripod now, so the recording won't be as shaky. Hopefully this is gonna work well. If you guys don't want me to use the angle, I'll probably just move it back to the head strap. But this is a comparison video between the popular GAN 356 XS, comparing it to its predecessor, the GAN 356X, which I just used in my last average video a couple days ago. So we're just gonna jump right in. The basics of these cubes. Both of these are 56 millimeters. This weighs in the higher, I think, of 60 grams. This is like the mid to high 70 grams. So this is substantially lighter than this cube. Now, as you can probably tell, this is the stickerless model of the GAN XS, and this is the black model. But I think this cube's a lot more worn out and broken in because I've had this for like just over a year, while this I've had since Christmas 2019, so it's only been a couple months with this cube. But even then, this is still pretty well broken in. So I'm gonna start off with the shades of these cubes. I don't know if it counts that much because these are custom stickers on the GAN X, but the shades of the GAN XS are what you would expect for a stickerless cube these days. They're pretty bright, pretty vibrant. They contrast really well. And the shades on the GAN XS, I think if we get the stickerless one, they have almost the same shades as this, just glossier plastic. But if you get the stickered, it's just stock half brights. But these are, I think, this is fluorescent everything from Speed Cube Shop, I believe. So I'm going to start off with the GAN X for turning because it's the older one. The turning of the GAN 356X, I'm doing it after break-in for this. After break-in, it's very smooth and quite stable. That's something with the GAN X. It's a lot more stable than this cube. Like if you turn this feels kind of flimsy, which if you have both cubes, you'll easily be able to notice. But it's pretty smooth, and if you lube it up, it can become, and depending on how you lube it, it can get crispy, it can get really buttery, and sometimes I can even change the corner cutting. Now for the GAN XS, the turning is after setup and some break-in. It's mostly buttery smooth. It's pretty buttery smooth for the most part. And it can get very, very, very well corner cutting wise, and it can get very buttery smooth. I have a bunch of lube in mine right now because something I've noticed with the GAN XS is that it just eats up lube compared to this. Like it eats it up. And for reference, the lube I use to lube this is mostly GAN lube and some Dian lube. So that's kind of weird. So if you can hear that, it's pretty gummed up. If you guys can see that in there. It's really gummed up right now, but that makes it pretty controllable right now. And I actually really like that kind of feeling. I don't know if you like that feeling, but it's just kind of the way I set it up. Corner cutting on the GAN XS with my fairly tight tensions. It cuts about 45 degrees. It depends on what your tension is. I like mine with green nuts and pretty tight, so it can cut just past 45. But if you have it on more of a default tension, it's gonna cut a lot more past 45 degrees. As for the GAN XS on these, also pretty tight tensions. It's around the same, about 45 degrees. I like mine pretty tight. Reverse corner cutting is on the GAN XS 1 QB, no effort, just pass with a bit more effort. The GAN X is 1 QB, no effort as well, and just a bit more. It's just going to go to normal corner cutting. Now that you have some basics of the cubes, I'm just going to do some quick solves on them, just so you can just kind of get a feeling of what it's like. Obviously, the best way to get a feeling for these cubes is to buy them yourselves, but I'm just doing this review for the sake of the comparison. So I'll just do the GAN XS first. That was really, really bad. F12 was horrible, but I mean, it still kind of gets the point across. GAN X. That's more closer to my average, 13.309. The GAN XS, sorry, was about more of a, I think it was like an 18 or a 19, which is really, really bad, which just goes to show how well a cube can suit you and how badly it can kind of suit your turning style. Even if you set it up to your liking, sometimes it's not going to do as good. Either that or it's just the shades. Now my overall recommendations for the cubes, it depends really. It's more about preference. If you like slightly less stable cubes and you like the kind of like matte plastic cubes, get the GAN XS. By the way, these are like in Canadian, these are both like $80, so it doesn't really matter which one you get price wise. But if you like more stable cubes and more flexible this setup, I'd probably recommend the GAN X, just because this cube, you can kind of just turn this cube into anything you want, if I'm being honest. This cube, it really just has one kind of, a couple kind of feels, and that's like smooth and tactile. Not tactile, clacky, you know. But the GAN X, over the year that I've had it, I can really just set this up to whatever I want, which is like exactly what I want from a cube. Now which one do I personally like more? Personally, what I like more, I usually lean towards the GAN X because it's more stable, it's a bit more controllable, which is good for in-comp nerves. And it's just in general more reliable. I sometimes even get corner twists on this cube, even on tight tensions. But this is a very good at-home cube because it's very fast and it's a bit more effortless to turn than the GAN X. Every turn on the GAN X has a bit more weight to it, which is really good for in-comp for me. But overall, I'd highly recommend both of these cubes. Overall, it just kind of comes down to personal preference. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more videos like this. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.